here at Appian World in Orlando, Florida, talking about AI, about how we bring it into real world for businesses. We are with Gregg Aldana, and
Yes.
Gregg, it's great to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here. It's great to see you again.
Absolutely. I enjoy seeing you on stage. You're a natural communicator.
It's that natural New York energy.
That is very clear here. Tell us first about your role.
I'm the Vice President, Head of Global Solutions Consulting for Appian. I lead all of the pre-sales global solutions consultants. So all the technical experts that work with customers even before the sale to start architecting and developing proof of concepts and showing them what's possible with the platform. I probably meet with about 200 CIOs, CTOs a year globally in different industries.
Last year, you were traveling all around the world.
Yes, I was. I probably was in like 30 countries over the past year.
And what are your big takeaways from all those visits?
Yeah, I'm visiting banks, governments, manufacturers, insurers in Panama and Colombia and Australia and Japan and Philippines and all over Europe. What I'm seeing is that companies are moving out of the experimentation phase and they're moving straight into the production phase. I've been in technology for 30 years. Every few years there's something new that comes along that people adopt. I've never seen companies move so fast to adopt something. CIOs and CTOs, they're under a lot of pressure to adopt AI. So they're being very selective in which bets to place. And I think the theme of the conference is that we weren't just talking about what might be possible in the future, we're showing what our customers have already accomplished with AI.
A study from Appian and Harvard Business Review. One of the findings is about adoption.
Yes.
How is that going?
I see companies making a lot of mistakes. They're getting a lot of conflicting guidance about what's the best way to use AI, and they're under so much pressure. That's why you're seeing 70% of these initiatives fail. They're racing to the finish line too fast with technologies that can't deliver. I had to give a talk during the conference week, the difference between vibe coding with Claude versus using Appian's AI. And the analogy I said is comparing Claude code with vibe coding to Appian is like comparing a supersonic jet to an entire airline. The jet will get you there fast, but the airline, Appian is that airline where the flight crews, the safety crews, the maintenance, infrastructure around that one jet. And when you go with Appian, the reason we've had so many successful customers move AI into production is because we have enterprise-grade security, enterprise integrations. We have that entire ecosystem of standards. It's not just about using AI randomly. You have to use it strategically at certain points in the process because we work in regulated industries, insurance, life science, pharmaceutical, banks, governments. They can't have AI as a black box where these are legal and regulatory ramifications. So we put AI at the very strategic and still keep a human in the loop to verify things.
When implementing AI, you need to establish some rules for governance, right?
Governance and guardrails.
And guardrails. How that is going?
There are a lot of companies letting AI run wild. It's the Wild West. And with Appian, we're putting AI in a box. We're putting it in very specific areas where I'm going to create an AI agent with Appian, but I'm going to give it access to maybe 3 processes. That's it. It can only do this. AI can make a recommendation, but before that recommendation is committed, a human has to verify that. So that's part of the guardrails. As you heard Matt Calkin say this week, it's East Coast AI. It is safe AI.
Not necessarily we need to put AI into everything. We need to select the processes. We need to have a process mentality.
Sure. I had this conversation with Pfizer. You saw them on stage. When they started implementing and using AI as part of their compliance processes, that's exactly what they discovered. We didn't have to use AI agents for everything. Some things you could just use good old-fashioned automation. AI is expensive. You're using tokens. You don't need to use tokens for everything you're doing. Some things you can just automate from point A to point B. So it's about knowing when's the right place. You're going to get the return on investment by using an AI agent. And so making these decisions, you see how successful Pfizer has been.
Tell me about Agentic AI.
Yes.
How organizations, the new organizations, the future of work that really is now.
It's not the future, it's now.
How they live together. Agentic AI, employees, experts.
I think you have to look at the impact. You can't send an AI agent to jail for making the wrong decision. There are legal ramifications to some of the decisions being made by companies. So you have to look at the impact of the decision. Are there legal or are there financial implications to making some of these decisions? If that's the case and they fall into a certain category, you have to put a human in the loop. If they're not, if it's what the lunch menu is today, I can let an AI agent make that decision, which laptop somebody gets, maybe something on a very small scale or an office assignment, something where there is no legal ramifications, you might give AI access to go and make that decision, where something about adjudicating a medical claim or approving underwriting a financial loan, there's some legal ramifications to that. We're going to make sure we have a lot of human underwriters in the loop working side by side with agents.
How we see humans now in these organizations, but we have the agentic AI doing a lot of things. They're replacing maybe some tasks that could be repetitive.
Yeah.
Is human having a low role now, or is an augmented role?
Actually, it's just the opposite. I know there's a lot of fear. AI is going to take over and it's going to replace all the human beings. Actually, it's having the opposite effect. What it's doing is it's taking away all of the manual, mundane work that people hate doing. So AI is taking that off of your plate so you can concentrate on what you really want to do. In healthcare, people aren't doing all this administrative work, cutting and pasting in the spreadsheets anymore, and doing all this manual work. They can focus on providing quality healthcare to patients. People in marketing don't have to do all the swivel chairing and emailing, so they can figure out coming up with great marketing message. Human beings are doing more impactful, more valuable work, and actually more satisfying work. So people are actually welcoming the addition of AI to take all of the things off their plate that they don't want to do so that they can get to the work that they really want to do.
So what's the recommendation that you will give?
The recommendation I would give everyone is don't wait. Things are moving so fast. In the past, companies, there's always winners and losers, and companies start to fade away and other companies are very successful. I think you're going to see with AI that happen at a much more accelerated pace. You can start today in every industry on earth, in every country. People are getting real, tangible, measurable business results. So my best advice would be don't wait.
Gregg, thank you very much.
It's great to see you again, Howard.
Likewise.
All right, take care.